Hello, Crocker Realty agents. I wanted to make a quick video for everybody and share with everyone something that happened today. The first thing I want everyone to do that's watching this video, if you're trying to generate leads, is go to crockertraining.com. If you don't have an account already, look under the login box. It'll have you register underneath there. If you've forgotten your password, if you don't have an account, whatever the case may be, go in there and do that. Go to crockertraining.com, click on the marketing circle at the top. Once you get into marketing, click on open houses. After you click on open houses, it's going to take you into a Google Drive file and you're going to have a bunch of folders. One of those folders says something to the effect of read this first or read this overview. Click on that, and then after you've clicked on that, go ahead and click on the Word document in there. It says read this overview. The other item that's going to be in that folder is just a video. That document is going to, step number one, tell you how to find an open house. In other words, where you should be doing one. High traffic area, nice house. Always make sure it's in a high traffic area and always make sure it's a nice house. Otherwise, don't waste your time. Number two is how to find them. Who you should contact. There are four groups of people. Number one are for sale by owners. Number two are other agents. Number three are expired listings. And the other avenue or it would be your own listings. And obviously, that's pretty easy. Once you've located an open house and found one to do, the next thing you need to do is market it. So the next section goes over how to market it. After you get through that, the next section goes through how to conduct the open house. The kinds of questions to ask people when they come through, what to say to people when they enter the door. And the last section is how to follow up with people. So one of our new agents, Dustin, came into the office today. Go, Dustin. And this is the first time making any kind of calls like this. He's been calling his sphere. He's new to real estate. And on that note, I would encourage more of you to come to the office more often. I want to make it more of a team environment, and I can't do that if you guys aren't here. So don't do it for me, though. Do it for yourself so that you're in an environment where you can focus on what you're doing and learn from other people as well. And I'm here oftentimes to help also, especially if I know that there are going to be people here. So anyway, Dustin and I got on the phone and we kind of took turns. We called about 9 agents. And we called those agents to try to do open houses on their existing listings. So all we did was we went into the MLS and drew like a 2-mile radius around Dustin's address where he lives because he wants to do an open house near where he lives. Obviously, he doesn't want to be driving all over town. We called about 9 agents. We got a hold of three people. It's about 6 of the other agents we left voicemails. You should definitely leave voicemails for them. In that open house package, where it says how to find open houses, again, there are 4 ways: for sale by owners, other agents' listings, expired listings, and your own listings. Right underneath that, there's a blue link. It says click here for scripts for each of these people. So the scripts are right there. Anyway, we left a voicemail for those people that didn't answer. We got a hold of 3 agents. One of them, and that was actually the first call that we made, already has a team and doesn't want us to do the open house. And he was nice, but he just says, no, I don't have any interest. That was the first call we made. Now, a lot of people might have got discouraged by that, but that's okay. It's a numbers game here. Some people are going to be interested and some people aren't. So the next lady we get a hold of, she's like, well, how are you going to market the open house? And she actually sounded pretty receptive. She wanted to talk to her clients and whatnot. So Dustin's going to follow up with her. Dustin didn't know how to tell her how he's going to market the open house because he hasn't done it before. And that's fine. Now he knows. We learn or we succeed, one of the two. The next activity, or the next agent we talked to, they said, yeah, let's do it this weekend. He wanted to talk to his clients, and he actually asked if we wanted to do both days. So Dustin might either do that one both days or give one of those days to one of our other agents. And then he's got the other woman that he talked to that will most likely pan out as well. And then he left us 6 voicemails. One of those, maybe 2 of those agents might even call him back. I really don't know what their situation is. It took us like 40 minutes. Talked to 9 people. We got 3 potential open houses just from talking to 9 agents. It's that easy to get open houses, you guys. So for those of you that are having difficulty generating leads, just do this. Do it until you get really good at it. Really good, till where you know how to find those open houses, what to say to everyone, where to put your signs, where you're doing it at a very high level. And as you're doing these open houses, you're going to generate leads. Now you need to follow up with them, and that's part of that document that I mentioned earlier as well. Once you master it and you've given it time and you've been consistent with it, then try to do something else. Calling for sale by owners, calling expired listings, calling your sphere. You can do these open houses all day long. At least Saturday and Sunday every week. or one of those days. That'll get you your 10 to 20 contacts right there. And of course, you should be doing about 100 contacts a week, so there's other things that you're going to want to do. But really focus on doing these open houses for a while. So what I did is after we called the other agents, I called a for sale by owner. There are two angles that you can take on a for sale by owner. One is you can go after the listing when you call them, or number two, you can just try to get an open house, not ask for anything in return. The script for this is in there as well. So I called the gentleman, and we meet with him Friday morning to get the open house rolling. And all I did was use the script, and I used kind of an abbreviated version of that script. You can kind of modify it however you want, but basically the gist of it is, hey, I want to do an open house. I'm going to do it at a high level. I'm going to get you a lot of traffic. If I find you a buyer, you can have them. The reality is when I do an open house, I generate a lot of leads. And if I have 20 people that come, only one of them can buy your house. So what happens to the other 19? They become leads for me. I'd like to set a time this week to come by and take a look at the house, maybe give you some advice on what to do to prep it for the open house, and we'll get the ball rolling. It's a little bit more elaborate than that, but that's basically the gist of it. Piece of cake. I called just one of them. And I'm not saying this to brag. It's not like I'm the master of calling for sale by owners. Believe me, there are plenty of other people out there that are better at it than I am. Okay? What I'm trying to illustrate is that any one of you that is struggling to get leads and struggling to generate clients can get on the phone and do what we just did today. We spent maybe an hour on the phone, tops. I think it might have been more like 45 minutes if you eliminate some of the talking we were doing because I was helping him. And we got him 3 open houses potentially this weekend, and then another one next weekend with a for sale by owner. Now, if he doesn't sell that for sale by owner at the open house, or he doesn't find that guy a buyer, there's a really good chance that because Dustin did this for him without asking for anything in return, that when the gentleman does decide to list the house, he may list with Dustin. Guys, I know there are a few of our agents that are doing really, really well. And this is pretty typical for the real estate industry. 93% of people are out of this business within the first 2 years. And you know what? With our company, we have almost 40 agents. So we have about 5 agents that are doing really well. That's 1 out of 8. That's actually about 12%. So we might be at 88% of people are out of business within the first 2 years. I'm right on line with that, but I don't want to be. And I don't want you to be one of those 93%. I want to be at 100% are successful and none of them fail. But I can't do that on my own. You got to put in the work. Call the people, call other agents, call for sale by owners to try to get open houses. Put in the actions if you want to be successful in real estate. Everyone that got into real estate that's watching this video got into real estate for a reason. It's usually to make more money or get out of their current occupation, or sometimes both, because usually those two things go hand in hand. Don't give up on that original idea why you went through school. You have to go out there and take action on a daily basis. You're only going to get what you put into it, and it's definitely a numbers game.